Can you all hear me?
Yes, very well.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so shall we start?
Yes.
Teruvan Saranai. I would like to pay my respect to Venerable Bante Punyaratana Thero and to Bante Devarakita Thero, and with all the from the members of the Sangha, with their permission, may I speak few words in the Dhamma. Sorry, because it's cold and I have some phlegm, I'm going to keep on wearing my hat, okay? So, dear Putta, Dua, so today I think you all watched the video about the stress, how our past thoughts and the thoughts about the future, how it can affect us and how it can really create this unnecessary stress. So Buddha taught us how to be in the present moment and watch these tendencies that's taking place in our mind, like the tendency to go and live in the past, or the tendency to go to the future and be in that fantasy land, and then without knowing, to get stressed. So stress is like the normal state now. So we need to be in the present moment and watch this, what's really happening, what our mind is doing. Then we can catch it. So then we can take care of our mind, stop it. Really can't stop it running to the past or the future, but we can manage it. When we learn to purify the mind and keep on thinking good thoughts, the speed will reduce. The thoughts that's streaming into the mind, that speed will start to slow down. So then it won't run as much as before to the past and the future. It won't run. So like that, this we need to find the cause why the mind is running to the past and the future. Then when we work with that, it'll reduce. Otherwise, we just can't stop. If we try to forcefully stop, then we will get a headache. So it's not, this meditation is not about stopping them forcefully. It's about purifying the mind, cleaning the mind. And when the mind is pure, automatically, naturally, it will settle into the present moment. That's when you will start to be peaceful, because it won't run anywhere. So we need to learn to purify the mind. That way, we'll get this peace of mind. Peace. When we have peace, that means there's no stress. When there is stress, no peace. So this whole, the point of view learning this Dhamma is actually to get there, to experience a peace of mind. So I was also bit busy working on some Dhamma talks, recordings, and sending them and doing this and that. And I'm sure you also was busy before this and quickly, finish everything you have to do and come and now settling down. So to calm our minds, maybe a bit more, I think we can start with the breath exercise. So it will help us to calm ourselves, ground here and now in the present moment, and then we should be able to pay a lot more attention and listen to the discussion properly. So, shall we start with the breath exercise, Buddha? Can you play the guided breathing exercise?
By Wim Hof?
Yes, please.
Session. Relax to. Hi guys, welcome. This is a guided breathing session. Relax to the deepest. Lie down, sit down, whatever it takes. Relax. Are you ready? Here we go. Round number 1. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Just go with the flow of the breath. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like a wave. Make it circular. Fully in and letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. Ten more. Fully in, let it go. Five more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Fully in and let go. All right. 1 minute breath hold from now on. Be in this moment. Let the body do what the body is capable of doing. Be aware of your heartbeat. Slow it down and just be in this moment. Let that relaxation spread down to your toes, into your fingertips, to the base of your neck and head. You are almost there. Do you want to prolong your breath hold? Pause the video now and continue when you feel the urge to breathe. Okay, recovery breath in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Round number 2. Back into that rhythm. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like a wave. Make it circular. Fully in and letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. In with peace, out with stress. Ten more. Fully in, let it go. Nice, deep, circular breaths. Five more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Fully in. And on the exhale, stop. 1.5 minute breath hold from now on. Feel, become aware of your body. If your hands and feet are tingling, or you feel your body temperature is changing, that's okay. You're doing fantastic. If you need to breathe before I give the cue, that's okay. You are almost there. Do you want to prolong your breath hold? Pause the video now and continue when you feel the urge to breathe. When you're ready, fully in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Round number 3. Back into that rhythm. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. In with the relaxation, out with the stress. In, out. In, out. In, out. Into the belly, into the chest, and let go. Like a wave. Make it circular. Fully in and letting go. Just keep on going. No pause between inhalation and exhalation. In with peace, out with stress. Ten more. Fully in, let it go. Nice, deep, circular breaths. Five more. Let's give it all we got. Last one. Fully in. And on the exhale, stop. 1.5 minute breath hold from now on. Become aware of the blood running through your veins, your heart beating. Feel. 30 seconds left. You are almost there. Do you want to prolong your breath hold? Pause the video now and continue when you feel the urge to breathe. All right. Breathe in and hold for 15 seconds. Exhale in 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Let your breathing return to normal as you finish up the round. Move your body bit by bit, starting with your fingers and your toes. Let your breathing normalize. If you liked this guided breathing session, we got more for you. We got a free app on our website. Download it. It's good stuff. Thanks for your time.
Let's just continue to relax and experience the peace. Let the breath settle into its natural rhythm. Just relax. You are feeling peaceful. Just have the wish that may all beings be able to experience this state of calmness, peace, and that inner happiness. Let's wish may all beings be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. Starting from you, then what's near to you in the immediate environment, and slowly, slowly expand the area dimension until the infinity. From the universe, then infinite space. Then you think just may all beings be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. But start from you. Visualize like you're inside a bulb and how the light radiates to all around without selecting, but it radiates to all around it, the area. So like that, may that loving, kind thought, genuine concern radiate all around you, to all the directions, to all beings. Slowly, slowly expand it on concentric circles. Okay. Let's think, may all beings be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. Let's bring the awareness back to the body. Focus on your toes. From the tip of the toes to the top of the head, just scan your body. If there's any tensions, please release them and relax. Bring your awareness to the breath. Let's take a slow but a deep breath, counting from 1 to 6. Hold on to your breath for 6 seconds. Let's breathe out using 6 seconds. Pause your breath for 6 seconds. Again, let's take a deep breath using 6 seconds while taking 6 seconds. Now hold on to your breath. Check your mood right now. How do you feel right now compared to before? How do you feel now? Just know how you feel. Then slowly breathe out. Pause your breath. For the last time, let's take another deep breath. Hold on to your breath. Check your mood again. How do you feel right now? Compare it to before, how you were feeling before and now. You should feel a bit better if we did this exercise properly. See whether you could see that. It has improved your mood. You're more peaceful and calm now. Just note the results of your work. And then slowly release your breath. Let the breath be natural. Let it go on its own way. To bring the meditation to an end, let's slowly open eyes. Wake up. One more. Okay, how do you all feel now? How do you all feel?
Relaxed.
That's good. Now I also want to ask, so now I know you all are awake. How did you go? What you learned from last week? Was there anything that you all could implement, that you made a change or you started something new? So I would like to know. So let's go one by one. Where's my screen now? Wait. Okay, let me. Ishika, can you tell me, was there any changes last week? What did you do? What you stopped doing?
I took your advice and tried on the 6 hours sleep, like sleeping at 10 and waking up at 4 o'clock.
Wow, did it work?
Yeah, it did.
Practicing it?
Sorry?
Still practicing it?
Yeah, I'm actually still practicing it because I feel like I obviously have a lot more time to do a lot more things in the morning, and I get a lot done in the morning as well.
Very good. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So continue until you die.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Make it a habit. You're making use of now 18 hours, right?
Yeah.
See, well done.
Thanks.
You're a very efficient person now and doing a lot of things. All right, well done, very good. So every week, let's start with something new, and that's going to be helpful and beneficial to you, okay? So who is next? Hang on. My screen went dead, hang on. Next is Vinu Kanduge.
Kandudege.
Kanduge, sorry.
I wasn't here last week. I'm kind of new.
Oh, is it? Okay, so you missed it then. Never mind.
Right.
Last week we made this resolution that we will make use of most of the time on a day, like we have 24 hours, and without knowing we waste it mostly for sleeping. Some 10 hours, 12 hours. 12 hours means half a day is gone. So if we want to be efficient and we want to get a lot of things done, and at the same time, because we have a lot of time, we can do things slowly, so we can be more relaxed and attend to things slowly. So we kind of came to a to an agreement that we will all give it a try, if possible, to sleep like 6 hours, because that's enough. If we really meditate properly and relax and learn how to manage your emotions and do things in the proper way, 6 hours of sleep is enough. Unless you're really, really hardworking and tired, then you need 7 to 8 hours. But when you get the hang of this practice, purify your mind, and you can live a relaxed, peaceful life, 6 hours is more than enough. So kind of we are getting there. So we have a lot of time left throughout the day, like she was saying, to get done many things. And one benefit is, so you don't have to rush. You can plan and do things slowly and carefully, so we don't get stressed. So that's what we discussed I mean, there was many things, but that was one of the things that we try to do, try to set up a timetable and try to have a certain time to wake up. And we were learning the good things to do and the bad things, how we can kind of get rid of the bad habits and how we should put more effort to do good things like that. So in a nutshell, what we was talking last week. So hopefully you will pick up things from this week, yeah?
Yep.
So
Thank
you're
you.
welcome to join us, and yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Pute Anuji. Are you there, Anuji? Were you there last week, Puta? Hello? I can see your mic is turned on, but I can't hear you. Are you there, Puta? Anuji? Yeah, no, sorry. I saw someone else's mic was on. I'm just going by the list here. So Anuji, okay, I'll come back to you later, okay? Anupama, are you there? Anupa?
Oh yeah.
Were you there last week, Puta?
Yes.
Okay, so any changes? Any good news?
I feel like I'm sleeping a lot less and I wake up earlier in the morning.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Did you set up a certain time to wake up every day?
I usually wake up around 7 now.
Okay, good. So give it a try. Push it to 6, yeah?
Yeah.
That's a best time. Okay.
Yeah.
What about other things? Was there any other thing that you tried doing or not doing?
No.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Avanti, are you there, Puta?
Yes,
Avanti?
I am. Hi, I wasn't there last week, but I already have been waking up early. I usually wake up before dawn so I can watch the sun rise.
Oh, good.
So I've already been doing that for a few months now.
That's good. So what time do you wake up?
It changes now with the season. So I've been waking up before sunrise. I was initially trying to meditate and then wake up and open my eyes and watch the sun. But I've noticed that as soon as I wake up, I thought that my mind would be more clear and I'd be able to meditate better. But actually, it's as if like I'm completely awake. Like I've woken up, I've brushed my teeth, I've done things to get myself feeling, like I'm definitely not in bed, and I've moved to a different part of the house as well. But it's my mind's almost like not really awake at that time. So I haven't been meditating. Otherwise, I feel like I don't go to sleep, but I feel like my mind races in a strange way as if I'm dreaming still.
Okay. Yeah.
So I've been trying to, so that's when I pray.
Okay.
I pray for the first half hour or something, and then I watch the sun come up, and I read or do some meditation after.
Okay, good. So another message is maybe try to join in every week so you all won't miss and we can work together, okay?
Yep.
All right. Okay, doke. Who is next? Jayavi?
I wasn't here last week.
Okay. Were you there week before?
No, I'm new to this.
Okay. Okay, Putta. So let's try to join weekly in the future, okay? So you all won't miss anything and we can work together, okay? What about Pasindu?
I wasn't here last week.
Okay, Putta, okay. What about Ratnayaka?
Oh yeah, I wasn't here last week.
Okay. What about Tamasha?
I wasn't here last week either.
Okay. So who was there last week? What happened to the ones who came last week? Tihan Sendanayaka.
I wasn't there last week either.
Okay. Yeshan.
I wasn't here last week as well.
Oh my God. Ekmini.
Yes, we have
So
a lot
what
of new participants, which is good. I think the
Yeah,
later time is helping.
It's really good, but what happened to the people who were there last week?
I think we only had about 8 participants, many of whom have actually come in today. I think a few people said that they can't make it, but I think out of the people who were who took part last week, I think we have at least half who've come back. So, and we've got much more than last week.
Right.
Yes.
Okay, there's good news. And the others haven't turned up. Okay, no mind. So, we kind of have to start again. Then it's like, if you want to have a continuous program, we need to have the participants participating continuously. Well, let's do something like this. If people can't join in every week, I mean, it's understandable. Shall we have like next week Vesak youth program, and we can join in from the morning to the afternoon, like if you came to the temple, so you all can observe seal from home, but we are going to be discussing so throughout the day, so we can get through a lot of things in one day. Otherwise, looks like, you know, I'm mentioning a few things here, the next week little bit, the next week little bit, and people come and go. So what if we can arrange a special program? So because it's Vesak week, do you think that can be a successful strategy, Ekmini, to have the Vesak youth program next Saturday and get as many people as we can?
We can give it a shot. I can't give any assurances though.
Yeah. So let's give it a try. Shall we start from morning to afternoon maybe, so we can have few sessions, meditation and break for lunch, and then we meet up again, question and answers, watch a documentary like that?
Starting at 9 o'clock?
Yeah, because I have to talk with you and have the timetable, like make the timetable.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, if it's 9 o'clock, yep.
Okay,
should be okay, no?
I'll discuss that after we finish this program then.
Okay, because next week I have that, remember that Women's Federation for World Peace, a branch with United Nations. So I'm doing a program with them next week in the morning.
I see.
But what you can do for that 2 hours, you all can switch on to that. So if I send you the link now, so you can email it to the others. So they can actually send an email to that, and you all can join into that for that 1 or 2 hours. And then we come back to this, yeah?
Okay.
I need to check what time it's starting. I think it's about 9, I think. Let me double check it and get back to you. So according to that, we can arrange our timetable. If you want to observe even Atasil, we can start this program a bit early and then go to that program and then come back here, then have a break for lunch and then come back, watch a documentary, question and answers, and like that we can do it until about 4.
We
Yeah?
can try. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Because I think for the Vesak, you all didn't do anything special, right?
No.
Yeah. So I think it's a good time to get people together, the Vesak. Okay, so let's work on that for next week. So last week we spoke about the importance of being disciplined. Disciplining means we finding the strength, the courage, the energy to do good things that benefits us and the others, and having that strength, courage, energy, and the will to stop unwholesome things, bad behaviors, to produce this negative energy. So if we are used to doing something negative or doing something unwholesome, something bad, and if we are addicted or even not addicted, but it's a habit, then it requires a lot of energy and effort to stop it. So discipline means we making an effort to stop the bad things we do that's harmful to us and to the others, that's damaging to us and to the others, what brings suffering to us and to the others. So we are going to find energy, the will to stop that, and finding the strength and courage and the will to do things no matter how hard it is, but to do it because it's needed to be done for my own sake and for the other's sake, for me and for you, for both of us, to find peace of mind and happiness. So whatever that is beneficial, if it's hard to do, but we are going to give up the laziness and we are going to commit to do it because it's good to do it, because it's good, it benefits us. So discipline means that disciplining to give up the wrong, bad things, and disciplining to do the give up the laziness and find the energy to do good things that is needed to be done, because it's our responsibility, it is our duty, and it's good to be good. So we value this discipline. So we were talking about it last time, and one of the from the question that someone raised, that's how we came to this discipline topic, and how I emphasized it's good to wake up early in the morning. It's good to discipline yourself to wake up in the morning. If possible, 4 o'clock. If cannot, then at least 5. If you can't still wake up at 5, then at least aim to wake up at 6. So then your mind is calm, you're fresh, and the world is calm and quiet still. You can meditate, and then you can start your day. And you will have a lot more time throughout in the day to get your things done in a relaxed manner. And also we talked about not to waste time at night watching the TV, the dramas, the games, but to go to sleep about 8, 9, 10, the most, relax, and then go to bed and have a good night, restful sleep, relax, and wake up fresh. So we were talking about it last week, kind of how to go about it. So hopefully whoever is joining this week, if you all like, you can start to discipline yourselves to do that too, because it can really benefit you, especially if you are interested in developing your mind, using the mind power, wanting to, you know, live a good life, a stress-free life. One important thing that we should get adapted is to wake up early in the morning. When you wake up early in the morning, you will know by the time you are awake, the birds are already chirping. The cock-a-doodle-doo does that about 3:52 at 4 o'clock. So they are already awake. So if these little animals can wake up, why not us? We are more advanced than them. If they know it's good to wake up early in the morning, you know, why not us? So let's try to wake up early in the morning and catch this peaceful time, calm time. The world is still at peace, and it's at that time we can calm our mind, and also you can do a lot of studies at that time, not many disturbances. The energy is really settled and calm. So try to catch that time and make use of it. Okay. And when you start like that, normally if you wake up late, like you have something to do in the morning, either go to the school or do some work, and you wake up late, you're upset throughout the day that your mood is not right, because you couldn't wake up, and you know, you couldn't get it done, or you just rushed it through. So throughout the whole day, that kind of that bad mood hangs over. So that's why we should make it a habit to wake up early in the morning every day, so we don't have to rush for anything and we don't miss anything. So we don't get upset because of we slept in. When you make it a habit to wake up every day at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, or 6 o'clock, you can plan ahead, because you know you're going to wake up at that time every day, certainly, you know, so then you can plan. So you don't have those mood swings because of this not being able to wake up. Okay, so try and see if possible to wake up early in the morning. There's many other benefits which we will talk later. So this week I was going to focus on discussing about the importance of keeping our 5 precepts, because I think in the first session we talked about how important it's for us to keep our immune system running in the proper order, because we all know we are facing this COVID-19 threat. So I think a lot of you then may not have been there on the first session. So I'll recap on that too. We do need to take precautions, and we should prepare. So when we are prepared for something, we don't get anxieties, worries, and we are not afraid to face that, because when we are prepared, we are confident. So we can face it with confidence, with peace of mind. So while we are facing this COVID-19 pandemic, the only thing really that can save us is our own immune system. Our immune system is capable of getting rid of any bacteria, virus that comes into contact with our body, provided that the immune system is working properly. It's strong enough to do that. So right now we should take care of the factors that's going to weaken our immune system, and we should strengthen our immune system. We should do things to strengthen our immune system. That's what a wise person would do in a time like this. Okay, so one of the things that really suppresses the immune system is the stress. So it's very important to live a stress-free life at this time. So this is why we should learn how to manage our emotions, because it's these emotions that stresses us physically and mentally. I think we have spoke about it many times now. From the day I came to Paramita Buddhist Center, I think we spoke about it. Okay, so one of the things that really represses our immune system is if we regret about things, if we really get saddened by things, if we get angry, you know, any thought, any cause for an emotion to start, those things are bad for us, because they will kind of develop into a hurricane and to these emotions, and then the chemicals that you know, runs through the body when we are emotional will have an effect on our immune system, and it will weaken the immune system. So now, how does this Panchasila, or the 5 precepts, and this not being able to, or how to manage your emotions, if you are keeping your 5 precepts, how does it automatically takes care of you not being emotional? That's a connection I want to make here. Now, 5 precepts is all about not doing the bad things, avoiding doing the wrong things or bad things. When we do that, we have a lot of space in our mind. There's no regrets, there's no sadness, there's no anger, because our mind is free, because we know we've been doing the right things. So if we pay attention to the first precept, the Pana Atipata Veramani Sikkhapadasana, that means we are saying, I will refrain from hurting, harming any living being. Doesn't mean just humans, doesn't mean just animals, but any living being. So when do we hurt and harm? Especially when we don't have respect for life, that's when there's this tendency to hurt them, harm them, destroy them. So one of the things we should learn to develop is the respect for life, for all life, not just for human beings, not just for the adults, but to all life. If there's any living being here, they are already here, and who are we to kind of destroy them? Say we have ants at home, we have cockroaches at home, but who are we? What power is that we got to destroy them? What? They are also here. So what we have to learn is to respect each other, share the space, whatever we have. And if we don't like them to be in our vicinity, we can kindly take them to a different place. And like I do here A lot of the times, if we find a cockroach, we catch them. We have like bug containers. Means, you know, the lunch boxes, the round ones, those plastic containers. We catch them into that, close the lid, then take them away and throw them into a reserve or to a crown land where it's not going to bother anyone else, but throw them to the forest. So open the lid and release them, and we keep that container. It's named even the bug catcher. So we reuse it. So if you don't like something, we can certainly take them and you know, bless them to be in a better place than in our place. But we are no one to take their life. We think, the human beings think we have a lot of power. We are the one. If I like something, I can keep. If I don't like, I can smash it. Not just a cockroach. For human beings, even the camel is nothing. You know how this thinking worked during the times we had the fires. You know, up north, the fire was raging, and they were trying to save the kangaroos and the koalas. Because they liked them and they were trying to save them, they really went on and on about if a koala or some animal got injured. They were going on and on and on about it. But then at the same time, what went in South Australia, around that area, is they didn't like, the government didn't like the camels. They said, well, you're drinking too much of our water. That's why we have this drought. So you're not needed here. We are going to send you to somewhere. So what they did, they killed the camels. Now, koala bear doesn't even come up to the camel's nose, you know, like the face. The koala bear is a tiny thing. So they were crying about a koala bear, but they were not really giving much thought to this giant. They just used the snipers and killed thousands and thousands and thousands of camels in few days before even people could know it. So these animals were gone. So it's like that. If we want to have something because we like, we keep it. If we don't like, then we just get rid of them. That's how arrogant we are. It's called arrogance, that we think this earth is only for us and only for our friends, only for the things that I think that should be here. Instead of we learning to coexist, be friends, and live in harmony, we have started to take control over everything, and we decide who should stay here, who shouldn't. That's wrong. We are also another animal. Human being is the most evolved animal out of all the animals. We are also an animal. We come from the chimpanzees, and it developed into Homo sapien, and we are a Homo sapien. We call ourselves Homo sapien sapien. So we are not much difference than to them. We all have evolved. Just because they are less evolved, it doesn't mean we have the right to destroy them. In real way, more you are evolved, more you should be taking care of the less evolved, or the less fortunate, or the strong ones, the weak ones. That's really evolution means. When someone is advanced, they should be thinking of the ones who are disadvantaged, who are weak, who are less evolved. And it should be that one's duty to protect the others. As you know, if you have a sibling in the family, especially if you are the adult one, or you have one adult sibling to you, I'm sure you have heard your parents say to that adult, I mean the eldest, sorry, I mean the eldest. If you have an elder brother or a sister to you, always your mom and dad says to them, if you have a fight with the younger one or whatever, they always call the elder one saying, no, it's your duty to look after them. You're the eldest. I'm sure you have heard this. So elder means you're more grown up, means naturally everyone's expectation is the elder one should look after the younger ones, the weaker ones. That's how it is. So I'm not too sure how we got this idea that, you know, more powerful we are, that we have the power to destroy anything and everything just because we don't like. So that's a wrong way to go about. And because we didn't really develop the real good values, we didn't know, we didn't develop them. So one of the real values is, more we advance, we should learn to develop respect for life. So when we learn to respect, we can live in harmony. We can be friends and we can share and we can live together in harmony with peace, and then everyone can be happy. So at the moment, the human beings are behaving in a very crazy way because they think they're the only ones should exist here, and they have the power to choose who should be here, who shouldn't be here. We have a big problem, and the whole earth is a mess now. You all know that. I don't have to go to that. The damage the human beings have done because of this arrogance that they think they're the one, and I'm the Almighty. I have the power to choose and keep the things that I like and destroy the things that I don't like. So you know, now the earth is telling, enough is enough. You all can't behave like this crazy. So as a result of our own actions, now all human beings are in jail. The nature, the Mother Earth and the nature and the divine beings have worked together, and they kept all the human beings in jail. So everyone is jailed to their house now. Their house has turned into a jail. No one can go out, and they all have to stay in lockdown. So this is the way the nature is teaching a lesson to human beings. So we need to learn now. We need to wake up to this. We just can't be like lunatics doing anything and everything the way we want. It's time we adjust. It's time we change our mind. We change our thinking and change for the better. We have to accommodate others. We need to appreciate the trees, the little ant, the cockroach, the polar bear, the kangaroo, the camel, you know, whatever is there, and we should learn to appreciate, and we should learn to respect, and, you know, just be in harmony with this system. Everything is there for a reason. So it's time that we pay attention to this. So it's there even in the 10 commandments. You know, the first commandment is called thou shalt not kill. It doesn't say human beings. It says thou shalt not kill. And in our precepts, the first one is to respect the life. Hana atipatha veramani sikkhapadam samadhyam. Do not destroy any life form. Refrain from hurting, harming, damaging, killing any living being. So if we can get this right, everything else will be, they will fall into place. So it's very important we understand the real meaning of keeping these precepts. So it's about we learning to respect to one another and to all beings, even to the trees. Though they can't speak, they have energy, vibrant energy. They can feel your energy. And what they do is they're helping us silently. You know, your mom and dad can feed you. They fed you milk and they brought you to this state. But they won't be anyone to us if these trees were not producing oxygen. It's this oxygen that really kept us alive. If the oxygen was not there, even though we had a mom and dad, they can't keep us alive. Mom and dad could be a mom and dad to us and help us because the trees, the plants helped to give the oxygen and for free. So we need to appreciate these silent parents. You know, they are actually like our parents. They are doing a lot to us, producing the oxygen and taking all the toxins that we release to the environment, the carbon dioxide, they take them, they absorb, and then they turn it into oxygen. So we need to respect that. We need to see what they're doing and have respect for what they're doing. So next time, when you see a plant, when you see a tree, don't crush the leaves. You know, some have a habit, you know, you go near a plant, you hold on to a leaf and then, you know, crush it. But if you really know what they're doing, you won't do that. You will slowly touch it and bless it. Oh, may you work well. May you have more strength. May you have more energy. May you be well and happy. You can pet it and give a blessing for it to be well, and but not damage it. So from young age, we should learn these things, not to even pluck a leaf without a reason, not to destroy them. We should respect life. And then if we can go to that ground level, it's easy for us to extend it. If we can have respect to this silent, these plants, the trees, then it's so easy for us to respect the animals, for us to respect the adults, to our parents, to our teachers, to even to our enemies. So we won't have any conflict with anyone if we can respect life, okay? So it's a good place to start from the trees. So next time, if your hand goes naturally to pluck a leaf, think twice. Why am I doing this? Why am I damaging this tree? Why am I doing it? It's just a habit. Okay, then stop it. And you just pat it and wish it, may you be well and happy. Okay? And then when you get that thought to kill the ant or the mosquito or the cockroach or whatever that you don't like, again think, why am I trying to destroy it? So if you don't like them to be with you, you can catch them safely and keep them and then go and release it into a different place, into a better place. So you wish them well to be in a better environment, good environment, and you release them there, okay? No more, what do you call, you spray those things, what do you call them, pesticides or yeah, it's called pesticide, Ekmini?
Yes, pesticides.
Pesticides. So don't bring those pesticide aerosols and go psh and gone. So you know, when you do that, you don't know, you are also breathing that aerosol. You're breathing that toxins, and it does have effect in you. So when we think of harming another, we don't know, naturally it affects us. So another way to go about this is, I have talked to you many times, a lot, I think in detail, that to give up eating meat and fish because it requires these animals to be killed. It's because of us, because of our parents go and pay the money to run this industry that creates violence for these animals, innocent beings who don't have a voice to protect themselves. We take advantage of them and we go and bring them, just we can enjoy on our plate. It's just this little taste buds in our tongue is asking for it. We become a slave to that, and then we go and fund this meat fish industry where there's a lot of violence. Animals, these little beings get hurt so much, and you know, we keep on doing it if we keep on eating. So I have kind of pointed you many times the harmful things that it does to that animal, to that beings, and to the environment, and to us. So I have told you at least think of yourself. If you can't think of the others and then avoid it, think of you, especially at this time. If you are a meat fish lover, that's not good for your immune system because it suppresses. There is a lot of toxins in the meat and the fish. People, to stop them going bad, getting rotten, they inject formalin and they give a lot of antibiotics to the animals because that's the cheapest way to prevent them from getting sick. You know, they're being raised in really bad, poor conditions. So what they do, they just inject tons and tons of antibiotics to stop them from getting sick, or when they have a wound, to stop that spreading to everyone. So we get all that toxins. And not only that, now you know more than anyone else how we produce chemicals when we are emotional. You know, I have talked to you about the fight and the flight reaction. When we are angry or when we are afraid, we get adrenaline running in our body. So this adrenaline is a toxic compound. And what happens when these little animals, little beings get killed, no one goes there like a bodhisattva and said, yes, I'm here to sacrifice my life so these human beings can live a good life. No one says that. No one dies happily and peacefully. They all go into fear, terror. They scream, they cry. So they go into this fight or flight reaction, and they get a lot of adrenaline, a lot of this self-preserving hormones coming to help them, and they are toxic. So when they die, it gets absorbed from the blood to the muscles, to the cells, to the muscles. And when you eat these muscles, saying meat, what you're eating is a lot of toxins, a lot of rubbish. So that's not really good for you. And when we eat this fish and meat, our body gets into this acidic range. Our pH should be neutral or alkaline level. But when we get acidic, that's the recipe for this COVID-19 virus to grow, and for the cancers to grow, and for many diseases to grow. So it's very important that we keep our body in an alkaline range, but fish and meat doesn't help that. So if you can help by not eating this fish and meat, it doesn't just help the animals to stay safe and well, but it helps you in turn. When you think of others and you give that up, it really helps you to stay healthy. Your immune system will not be suppressed, and so you are going to substitute this fish and meat. We are going to substitute with vegetables. So more vegetables you eat, they are vegetables and fruits, they are more in the alkaline range. There's not many vegetables like tomatoes are there, but not many that can make us really acidic, like the fish and the meat. So you can choose. Lot of them are alkaline. So substitute fish and meat to vegetables. So be a vegetarian. That can help you a lot at this hour. But if you can do it looking from the other angle, that I'm doing this not just for myself, but I love animals. I like to respect life. I love to allow them to live in freedom. You know, let them have their life, let them do their thing, let them be. If you can give the freedom to them, for them to live their own life, that is great. If you can think of that way and give it up, that way you are doing it with a lot of love and kindness and with compassion. So that's a greater quality. So we thought about the trees, and we are going to let them be now. And if you can think about the little animals and the big animals and all these animals and fish and pests, if we can have respect and leave them alone, for them to live their own life, that's really good. If you can do it with thinking about them, so you're doing it from a selfless angle, you will get a lot of peace of mind and happiness by doing this, because your parasympathetic pathway gets activated when you think of others. So that's another way for you to improve your own mental state. If you can think of these other beings and let go of destroying them, harming them, hurting them, eating them. It's actually very cannibal to see, why we want to eat these rotten things, why we have this thirst to eat these living beings. It's apparently it's in our genes, coming from these times that we being Vedas, this premature beings who would kill another, prey on another, and then lived. So we have developed the taste for rotten aminos. Rotten aminos, we have developed the taste for that. So the taste is there still in our genes. So, but we can override it to let go of this taste for the rotten things to eat. Instead, when we develop, we can choose to live a pure life, good life, clean life. That will enable us to live a healthy life, even for us. So choose the energy that has clean, pure, vibrant energy that is coming from the trees, the vegetables, and fruits like that. So if we can keep this Pana Atipatha Vedamani Sikkhapadan Samadhyami with understanding, that can really help us. We will not regret in our life, when we really realize, oh, that's a wrong thing to do, I was greedy. Because of my greed, I killed others, I hurt others, I harmed others, I paid for someone else to go and do that dirty job. When that comes to our mind, when we start to regret, wow, it's a real burden, it's a real heavy feeling. So more we can move away from these kind of bad things, more lightness will come to our heart. So that's one way. That's why I said if we keep the precepts, it really blocks this unnecessary regrets, and we won't have them. And that will help us to lighten our heart and lighten our mind. Okay. And the second one is about not taking anything that's not given to us. So we won't steal, we won't take things that's not given to us. So I was teaching the adults last week in Sinhalese, and I was pointing to them having respect for the others' things. It's about having respect again for the others' possessions, for the others' material things, and for the others, these objects. Not to take others' lives can come here, but if we really understood, it's already covered in the first one. So here we will look into like the inanimate objects, having respect, not to take others' things, because the life form we talked on the previous one. Because some can actually, they like to talk about it in here too. So we should not steal others' lives. Well, if you want, you can put it in here too. But here I'm going to talk more about the inanimate objects or others' possessions and things like that. So I was pointing to the adults that these days they're staying home and working. So they should be honest. They should work on time. You know, start the time that they should be starting and finish only when they should be finishing. Just because they're home, no one can see. They shouldn't be sleeping in until about 9, 10, and you know, wake up when they want and work and then stop working. If you're getting a salary, you should work for that salary. There is an expected amount of work that you should do. So we should do that. So the work is from 8 to 5. Then even if we are at home, we should do it full time, 8 to 5. We shouldn't do this and that and the other and go here, go there. If you do that, if you take the breaks, you're allowed to have breaks. So you take that break. Apart from that, if you're doing other things, you should compensate for your time and should cover the hours that you're expected to work. If not, we are stealing that time because we are getting paid for that. So we have to think like that. Even for the time, we should give value. And if we can treat the time like that, the other things will automatically come. We will respect the pen, we will respect the house, we will respect the car, whatever it is, whether small or big objects, material things, the possessions, we will respect. And if we know that we don't like if someone comes and take our, not just a pen, even a sticker that you like and love, if someone takes, it hurts you. So we should know that. The same way, others also do feel the same way if you take away things that they like and they love. So we shouldn't touch them. This way, when you do that, we are consciously thinking of others and not doing things to hurt them or harm them. Yeah. Instead, we should respect and we should practice to give. Giving is better. You know, if we take things that's not given to us, that can lead to regret and to be sad, to be angry later, to be emotional. So we avoid those things. But we practice respecting others and helping others, taking care of others. So what we can do is share what we have. It's a good thing. When we share, when we become generous, that itself brings us a lot of happiness. Generosity brings a lot of happiness than you stealing from something from someone. When you steal, you may get a pleasure at that moment. I got it, but it's not really happiness because it doesn't lead you to be peaceful. You have to think of covering your act, you have to think of all the lies you have to say, and you have to maintain it. It's a real headache. It puts a lot of pressure on you. So it's really good to avoid these bad things, and you will understand how much ease you get from avoiding doing these wrong things. But generosity is so good. You just do it, and it brings instant happiness to you and peace of mind, and it helps you to get rid of your greed, and it really, when you learn to share, when you learn to give, people start to like you, so you will be liked. But the opposite will happen if you start stealing, taking things from others. No one likes them. So you should think all these things and try and see if you could refrain from taking that is not given, but learn to share what you have. Be generous and take care of others. Okay. The third thing is about not to misconduct yourself, not just sexually. This kame sumichachara means not to please your senses in the wrong way. If we keep on pleasing our senses in the wrong way, it's a burden for your nerves. It's a real stress for the body. If you keep on listening to music throughout the day, if you keep on playing games throughout the day, it's a headache for your eyes, for your ears, for your head, and it's not going to help you. The whole point of being a human being is to learn to relax and do things in the relaxed way, and in a taking rest and using your brain, and then doing things rationally and logically. But when you misuse these things and try to please your senses in the wrong way, you're using a lot of the neurons in your brain, and a lot of the chemicals will work on your body. You get emotional. That is stress. So if you misuse your senses and try to please them in the wrong way, you overdo it, that brings stress. So just know that, okay? So not just a sexual misconduct. Sexual misconduct is a no-no because it will not only hurt you, but it will hurt others as well. Whoever gets engaged, that other family, because it's like a wildfire will spread around. A lot of people will get hurt. So it's something that you should avoid all costs, okay? So the other one is called refraining from wrong speech. The wrong speech is lying, slandering, harsh speech, and speech that divides people. So we should be careful about how we use our words. Again, here it's about you know, giving up being disrespectful to the others. We do all kinds of those nasty things. We say negative things. We use the wrong, bad speech when we don't have respect for the others. But if we have respect, we'll be humble, we'll be very kind, we'll be very nice, and we will be talking the truth, and we will say things to heal the hearts. So that's what we have to practice again here. We should learn to respect and take care. So you can do it with your words too. Give up the bad, the wrong words that hurts and harm others, but practice to speak the good words, the kind words, loving words, true words, okay? That will help us to have a light heart and a peaceful mind. For example, if you just think about lying, when you say one lie, you have to remember it to the whole life, how you lied. And then you have to maintain it. And then you're afraid that someone will know. So that's really heavy. It will stay in your mind. And it's, you know, these words can weigh us down if we use the wrong way. So pay attention to it. This is why Buddha had pointed out to us, give up the wrong things that will weigh you down, and learn to do the right things. So learn to speak the right way, okay? The fifth one is about refraining from taking intoxicants. Liquor, alcohol, cigarettes, drugs, even tobacco, they all harm not just our brain cells, not just the lungs, not just the liver, but it damages us physically and mentally. So we should give up these intoxicants. Instead, we should respect our own body and others, because when we are drunk, we lose the respect for everyone. And we behave in very strange ways. I'm sure you have seen drunkard people, drugged people, how they behave. They lose their sense and they lose their values. They can't think now rationally. They can't act rationally. So they're just going to be like behaving like animals, have no respect for others, but just behave. And they do a lot of wrong things. They hurt others, so they get into trouble at the end. So we have to protect ourselves and help protect others. When you are really mindful, others don't have to be that careful. But if you are drunk, the others have to be really careful about what you do, what you say, because not too sure what this guy will do the next. So we should take care of us. And at the same time, when we give up these wrong behaviors, it gives a lot of peace of mind to even our family, to our immediate friends, relatives, to the neighbors, to the society. Because when we are intoxicated, we can do a lot of damage. So a lot of people live in fear then around them. So if we can give up that wrong habit, we can give a lot of freedom to the others for them to live without fear. And now that we have got a human life, the most important thing is, most evolved is our brain. So, but just because it's physically evolved, it doesn't mean it has stopped. The evolution has stopped there. No, there is another evolution to take place. That is our mental evolution. Our mind has to evolve, because we still have the animal qualities in us. Even though the brain is evolved, we still got the remnant memories in our genes from we being animals. So we have these animal behaviors, we have these emotions. Because of the emotions, we get stressed. Okay, so but human beings have the potential, thanks to this brain. We can develop this brain, and we have the potential to live peacefully and happily. But that only happens if we give up the emotions, if we manage our emotions. So there is another evolution to take place, a psychological evolution. That is learning to manage your emotions and to think and act rationally, logically, and to be able to live peacefully and happily. So we can do that as human beings. We have the potential because the brain supports that. So all we have to do is develop it. So in order to do that, we need to use the brain and develop the brain. Then the IQ gets developed. Then these emotions goes away, and the wisdom comes as to understand these things properly. But if you get drunk, if you take these drugs, tobacco, cigarettes, all these toxicants damages our brain cells. So it stops us being able to think rationally and logically, because half of the brain is dead. The brain cells are not there anymore to interact or to make the connections. You know, here it's not that we get Alzheimer's or dementia. You know, our age in this country, the age people, I think it's about more than 75% have dementia or Alzheimer's. Why? It's not due to malnutrition, that they didn't have any nutrition to feed their brain. It's because they were taking wine and alcohols. Mainly because they were abusing the luxuries they had, and they were abusing and using these toxicants. So their brain slowly died. So now when they're old, they can't remember a thing. It's very unfortunate, because when we die, we should be able to have control over our death process, where we can actually, if we can be conscious in that process, we can choose the place where we want to be born. Or you can end it here. If you see this life and death is too much suffering, it's too much stress, we can end it. That's about the whole point of we learning this Dhamma, because Buddha taught us how to stop this process, or how we can develop ourselves to be born in a better place than this, to get a promotion, to ascend from here to a better life. So to do that, we need the brain. And we do need to control our thinking in that death process. But you can't do it if you are already mindless, if you already can't think, if you've already forgotten everything, your values, all your, if you have forgotten everything, gone. So it's very important that we look after our brain. So even though they say here, drink wine, it's good for you, good for your heart, but it's not good for your brain. It's not good to good for your intelligence. It's not good to develop your wisdom. So if you are into the habit of drinking these beers, that wine, it's so good, let me tell you, there is a lot of damage that it can do to you than what they say. The alcohol industry may market it saying have this, have that, it's good for this, it's good for that, like the meat industry, but the damage it can do to you is more powerful. It's more damage that it can do to us. So if you have an habit of going to these parties and having it, I would suggest think twice, because they all have consequences. And one of the worst things that can happen, we can get addicted, because it gives a kick, when you take this liquor, alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, tobacco, it gives a kick, instant kick, and we can get addicted to that. All these people who have got addicted to these things didn't get there just like that, not overnight. It didn't happen overnight. It happened throughout some time. It took some time. They also were not taking them at once upon a time, and then because someone said so, or they want to trial, they started it slowly. They started 1, 2, 3, and then occasionally, and then slowly, without them knowing, they can't live without it. They're addicted to it. So you also can end up there if you handle this dangerous thing. Just think of them as very dangerous. So stay away, keep away from them. Okay? So have respect for life, respect for yourself, and respect for the others. Others can live nicely and freely, happily, if you stay conscious around them. But if we are drunk, we can't stay conscious. We are already half dead. We don't know what we are doing. We don't know what we are saying. So others are like so afraid, so anxious, so worried what they will do, what they will say, like I told you before. So it's good to really give freedom for the others to live peacefully and happily. So it goes both ways. When you keep these 5 precepts, it really helps others to live peacefully and happily. And in turn, it allows us also to have a light heart and help us also to live peacefully and happily. It's there to look after both parties, here and there, oneself and others. So we have to work together. We can't just be happy by ourselves. The society we live in also have to be happy. If not, we cannot be happy. Dalai Lama puts it in a very nice way. He says, how can you be a happy island in a miserable ocean? Think about it. He says, how can you be a happy island in a miserable ocean? So it shows the importance how even the others have to be in a good state for you to be in a good state. So we didn't really pay attention to this. We were only interested in finding happiness by pleasing our senses. So we were just behaving so selfishly. So what happened? Everyone was like that. becoming more and more selfish and looking after only about themselves and trying to find happiness by pleasing the senses, not knowing that it was only the stress that was coming. So we ended up having a society, 90% of the society is stressed. So now no one can live without stress, because you can't live peacefully among the stress. They will drive you up the walls. You know, there is a saying, one stressed person is enough to drive everyone up in the wall in an office. So it's like that. So we all have to take care of each other. If not, no peace for us. So it all goes together. So these 5 precepts is there for the others' protection and for your protection. Okay, and especially in a time like this where we are facing life and death, COVID-19, it's going to test our immune system. It's our immune system that's going to help protect us. The selfless people, the good people are relaxed. They can live relaxedly. It is the selfish, the self-centered that is stressed. I have shown you, right, how the stress is self-centered. Stress is about being, when you're emotional, that's how the stress comes, and how these emotions are self-centered. It's all about, you know, going via this fight or flight reaction, amygdala being activated, and it's a center for self-survival. So the stress is really linked to being selfish. So if you want to be stressless or release the stress and to relax, we have to learn to be selfless. So this keeping the 5 precepts is going to help us to be practicing selflessness, because it's about thinking others, and you're practicing this to keep others comfortable, peaceful and happy, and you're giving the freedom to live. You're giving the freedom for them to be who they are and just be natural, just be not on guard, but they also can be relaxed and just live their life, you know. Everyone has suffering, so we are not doubling up their suffering. We are not adding any extra suffering if we keep our 5 precepts. If we don't, we are giving these people who are suffering more additional suffering, and you don't want that, and they don't want that too. So keeping these precepts will help us to protect each other. So that's the main message. So in a time like this, the COVID will test you whether you're a good person or a bad person. Good person means you're thinking of others and working with others for everyone to live in harmony and peacefully and happily. Bad means you're selfish. You're only thinking about yourself, and you only want to survive yourself. You only want to stay alive, that I want to be, and that's it. But you won't be able to get there. Your stress will kill you. Stress is a silent killer. So the stress, the COVID-19 will really test these stressed people, because their immune systems are suppressed because of their stress. So be very careful. This is the time we really have to take care of our immune system. You cannot really take care of your immune system if you're stressed. So you do need to learn to live without stress. To do that, you really need to learn to coexist with others. Think about others and coexist with others. Yeah. Someone is at my door. Let me go and open the door and see. Can you all switch on your mics and yeah, get ready. I'll be there. We'll have a discussion. Just turn on your mics and start a discussion. I'll be there.
So in regards to running a SIL program or just an extended program next week, do many of you think you will attend?
Is this going to be like all day for the 7 days?
I think it'll just be next Saturday.
Okay, I'm back. What are you up to? Sorry. Oh, well.
We were
So
trying
tell
to
me.
discuss if taking SIL next week is possible.
Yeah, okay. You know, one good thing is when you all come to the temple and do the SIL program, not just the 5 precepts, but you observe even 8. So at least for a whole day, you kind of protect yourself and protect others. So it's like a training. So we don't have to be in the presence of the temple. Whole point is we learn there, and when we go out, so we can be like that. So we should be able to do it at home too. So how do you all feel? So for this week, shall we really wholeheartedly try to keep the 5 precepts?
Yes.
Discipline to keep the 5 precepts? Because we really have to build a society that keeps the 5 precepts with understanding. We keep it, we discipline ourselves to keep this because we know it's good. It's going to help us, it's going to benefit us, and help and benefit others. Yeah? So let's move one by one. Yeah, to make a better society, to make this a better place. Because we have to. There's no time now. I think the time is running out. If we don't change, there won't be any change. If we change, things will change. So tell me, can we have the mics on and have a discussion? Shall we agree, disagree to keep the 5 precepts? I hope everyone will agree. How do you feel? Is there any problems, practical problems that you feel that you may not be able to keep it, or is there any questions you want to ask? You like it, but it's hard, but how to? Is there any problems for you all to keep 5 precepts? I know it's not easy. So is there anything you all would like to clear? Is there anything you want to ask?
This might be a silly question, but you know how in some, like, you know, fish, you have really like essential, or like you have omega-3s and other like things that you need. So is it still okay then to indulge in a piece of fish from time to time, or because fish oil is still coming from fish, or do you think flaxseed oil is a better alternative?
Yeah, that's the thing, you know. You put the right word, indulge. That's what it's about. It's not that because we need it. This omega-3, omega-6, all these fatty acids are in avocados, in the seeds, in the nuts, you know, they are in plenty, in abundance in our food, really. So we can get them in our food without hurting or harming or damaging anyone.
Okay.
But you should practice this to see the freedom of mind that you will get, the lightness in the heart. You will get that when your heart talks to you and you come to one day, you come to that point where you think, wow, you know, I managed to let go of the desire for this taste. I managed to let go of me indulging in another being's life. I managed to, you know, let go of it because I like it, I love it, I want to give the freedom, I want to let them be. That is real love, that is real kindness, that is real compassion, that we think of others and let them be.
I think you're dropping out,
You
Menin
know?
Mata.
Uh,
Sorry, you're back.
can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, I was saying that if we can really give up thinking of other beings because we don't want to give suffering to them, that'll bring you immense happiness from internally. It's you have to experience that. That happiness comes from internally when you really think, wow, I managed to let go of my this desire taste for the blood, but because I like to see other living beings living freely and, you know, peacefully, and I let go of my you know, this thirst for the blood, and like that you like, wow, I done something really good. You feel good, and this is what we want. You know, I would suggest you to watch, maybe next time I will get a document from somewhere where they show how much suffering it is for the animal beings in these farming places. And you know, when a fish die, they have one of the worst deaths because they cannot breathe. They only can breathe in water. When they're in outside the water, it's like we being drowned. You know, try not to breathe for few minutes. Very difficult. We feel very uneasy, very stressed. The same thing happens to this fish, and they go like this. You may have seen how the fish struggles to breathe, and then they struggle, and then at the end, the poor guy loses the energy. You know, they struggle and they lose all the energy, and then they die. It's a very painful death. So imagine how much toxins get into their body trying to save them, the fight or flight reaction. And we eat that. So when the fish dies, it didn't die with compassion for the killer. So the fish kills us in a way, you know what I mean? The toxins that gets built up doesn't help us. So it's always good to live a pure life. Do you know that Einstein was a vegetarian?
No.
Maybe that's why he was that intelligent. There is this professor in Sri Lanka. His name is Professor Dayarohanathu Korala. He is a genius in his field, and he's a genius. So when I was giving a Dhamma talk at his house, I was very firm about, while I was in Sri Lanka, I'm not going to give Dhamma talks because I felt no point. People only listen, they don't put anything to action. They just listen and go on about their own business, hurting, harming, damaging, and just the same old people. They don't change. So I was kind of, you know, I wasn't going to give any Dhamma talks there, and I did like that. But this Professor Attu Korla came and invited, and he's one of my very good devotees. When I'm not in Sri Lanka, sometimes I tell him to do the programs because he's a public speaker, very well known, very recognized person. So I tell him, can you please go and do the Poya program while I'm away? So he was doing that. So when he invited me, I said, you know, I have all these friends, the professors and all these dignitary people, it's far away to come to your place. Can you please come to my place? It's my wife's birthday, and we will arrange a Dhamma Desana. And I said, okay, but I would like to see action coming from these things. And he said, well, I will tell them, you can't mess around with her. If she's coming, she's not wasting time. She expects you all to, practically use this Dhamma to improve yourselves and to help others to live a good life. So when I was there, I spoke about these 5 precepts, and then I emphasized on this point a lot. And I even forgot to ask him whether they even were serving fish or meat or anything during the dana, because they were offering food to all that. I think there was about 100, 200 people there. They were offering the lunch for them. So I even couldn't check with them, but I went and on about this, taking vegetarian food. But then after I asked him, I said, I hope you are not angry with me. Did you serve any meat or fish or anything for lunch? And he said, Mehenin Mahansa, we being vegetarians for this long, and even for my daughter's son's weddings, he said, we didn't serve alcohol or fish or meat, he said. It was all vegetarian. He said, he believes in, if you know that it's wrong to give it to others too. Because in the society, something, oh, well, I can be without that, but we should serve it to the others. No, if something is wrong, if something is not good, if it's not good for you, it's not good for the others too. So he said, even for the weddings, they didn't serve them. And he was a vegetarian, which I didn't know. Only then I knew this genius is a vegetarian. He has written many books. You can search about him on the website, on his website or in Google, whatever. You will find he is an very extraordinary person, very intelligent. So I was using the example of Einstein, but really, if I knew him, I would have used that, because all the professors and all the dignitary people were there. They knew he was a vegetarian, which I didn't know. So you see, if someone says, oh, if you don't eat fish and meat, you're not strong, you will not develop your mind, that's rubbish. I have been a vegetarian throughout, pretty much all along my life. So, there are many sports people, Martina Navratilova, I think Carl Lewis. If people say you will not have energy, that's just a false statement. Energy comes from you eating a balanced meal, and also you being able to keep your mind pure. When you're pure, you have enough energy coming from inside. When you meditate, like Sachini was saying last time, you can't even sleep because you're full of energy, but it's not you're restless, but you're awake. You have that much energy. That's what happens. If you want to get energy, it's not about you killing another being and trying to get that energy to you. You can't get that. What you get is a rotten corpse. There's no energy. But if you want to get energy, you need to take things that has energy, vibrant live energy, like in the fruits, the vegetables, the greens, and from your mind. When you purify, you have a lot of energy coming from when you develop your mind, because you're arousing, awakening, stimulating the nerves that were dormant, that were sleeping. So you can even get psychic powers. That is energy, vibrant energy. So it's not true that we will be weak if we don't eat fish or meat. The elephant didn't give any meat to its little elephant to make it a big elephant. The horse didn't give any fish or meat to the horse to get horsepower into that little horse. The cow didn't give any fish or meat to that little cow to do all that hard work. So that's not true. All the energy is in the greens. So, you know, if you take the greens, you get everything. Everything is there. It's just that fish and the meat industry that created that hype, that we need it. But really, we don't need it. If you need a headache, you can have it. If you want to create a lot of bad karma, heaviness in your heart, well, that's a recipe. But if you want to be free from all this bad karma and you want to have a light heart and you want to be happy, go towards the clean energy, green energy. Any other question?
If I can weigh in, I've been vegetarian for maybe about 15 years now.
Yeah.
And I also stopped eating dairy and egg for maybe some 10 years. I've only just started eating egg because I haven't been eating a balanced diet, even when I eat with just you know, a vegan diet. I haven't been eating with balance. I've been eating a lot of potato. So I've only started eating egg, but I think I will go back to not eating egg after I balance out my diet and improve my nutrition. But I just wanted to say if anybody wanted some help in making their diet more vegetarian, including something that's like, you know, suitable for a Sri Lankan diet. A lot of the vegetarian diets are usually a lot of white people diet with a lot of salads. But it's very easy actually to eat vegetarian food on a Sri Lankan diet. You just have to exclude umbulakada when you're cooking. If you exclude the umbulakada, you can just make any vegetarian vegetable curry vegetarian. And you can get a lot of the nutrition that way. But yes, if you would like any help or recipe help, then I can help with that.
Oh, good. Thank you. And also it's already in the internet, and it's just about you know, going against the genes that craving for this rotten amines, this taste of the rotten amines, and training the tongue to taste the clean things, the fresh things. They may taste like dull or bored, but we can train. Then when you get a rotten amine near to your nose, you won't be able to take it closer to your mouth because the nose smells first and it's like, yuck. You won't believe, how was I eating this before? So it's about training ourselves. I don't know how, you know, you go near that Karavala places where they sell the dry fish, where they sell the meat, the smell, my God. I don't know how people can stand that, but they do because, you know, the lightness overrides that. But when you start to see the rotten things as really rotten things, you don't appreciate it. So that's the tongue. Yeah. Just develop a taste for the fresh fruits, for the fresh veggies, for the fresh salad. And you'll be okay. We have a lot of curries, you know, in the Sri Lankan way. There's a lot of vegetarian curries that they can make. And if you really want to have that, the texture, you know, it's about the texture that we are craving for. You can get this fish or meat substitutes. They are in they should be available. You know, you have a Vietnamese temple in Braybrook. There is in this Springvale one where they sell from the soya meat products. This processed kind of fish, whatever meat they are mocked, but they really taste like that because they got that texture right. So it's all about this texture. And once I ate, I think someone has made a cutlet from polos. And there was one time someone has made some fried thing from a mushroom, and I didn't know what I was eating, so I was like, oh. But it was made from polos, and the other thing was from mushroom, but they really felt like real meat. So there is a way to cook. Anyway, meat don't have any taste. It's all the spices or what they put in it really get that taste to it. So the vegetarian things also, if you want, you can make it like that. So if you're really craving for it, just let your parents know. Or if you're doing shopping, you can go and get them. I think the sanitarium had some products, and these Chinese, Vietnamese people, they also have a lot of this vegetarian mock meat. So try them first as a substitute until you let go of your craving for that texture and the taste. After that, you'll be okay with anything and everything. You know, we are human beings. We can adapt. We can change. We can do things for the better. That's the quality of a human being, practicing the willpower. To support you all, I'll try to find a documentary or something about this topic for next week. Okay. Any other thing, Putta, you all want to ask? So that's one precept, but take care of the others too. But it's mainly about learning to respect life. When you respect, you'll be able to take care. You'll be able to, you know, let them be, and we can be in harmony. It's just that when we don't have that attitude, the respect, we become monsters. We become very, very disrespectful, you know. I don't want to say the word that's coming to my mind, but yeah. So learn to respect. A lot of the problems will get solved. So let's try to build a society that keeps the 5 precepts. Let's start from us, me. Then we'll be okay. Is there anything, Putta, that you want to ask me? If not, we can bring the session to an end. Then you can talk privately about the next week and let me know. I think Ekmini Pute, not just from the people who are participating today, but you should send the email to everyone, because there's about 40, 50 in the group, right?
More than that.
Yeah, so I'm sure we can get, because everyone must be missing that they didn't do anything for the Vesak. I'm sure. So I'm sure you just trust me and go ahead. I'll just give you the timetable. I'm sure we will get more people.
Okay. Mahinwansa, are you able to confirm the time that you'll be running the UN?
Now, hang on, let me go to that email, okay?
Or should we do this after everybody leaves the meeting?
Now, now we can tell them also. Can you see me still or not?
The screen's frozen.
Okay, hang on. I'm just going to my email so I can email it to you quickly. while I'm talking. So you can have a look at in that and tell me the time, okay? I will just quickly forward it to you. Forward. What's this email? What's your email? Tell me.
WVSL.
W for Victor.
Yes. S for Sally. LBAY.
Yes. Okay, I'm sending it now.
Thank you.
So I will, while I'm talking, please have a look and see. So I'll come to the screen. Okay, you can see me now.
Yes.
Okay, Putta, is there anyone else who would like to ask any question? Are we all in agreement? Keeping the 5 precepts will do good for us, and we will do it. Does a silent means agree?
Yes, I'll give it a try.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. How about the others?
Yes, I'll give it a try too.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Yeah, let's start. Even when we start, we will know whether we can do it or not, or what are the difficulties, then we can overcome them, yeah, one by one. So anytime, please do call me on my landline, and if you have any questions, ask me, or write down the questions until this session comes, and always we have a question and answer session, so you all can ask me. It can be helpful to others as well.
Meanwhile, just to interrupt there, the timetable starts on May 23rd. Next week is the 16th of May. So
it's not on the 16th.
No, it doesn't seem like it is.
So that's good. So I'm free then. So we can decide to start at any time. What time do you all want to wake up, get ready? 9 we start? Good time, 10? But then you also have to eat kind of before 12, no? So we have to break from 11 to 12, right?
Yes.
So better to start about 9. So take the 8 precepts and then have a Dhamma talk, meditate, right?
Okay.
Because you're used to come to the temple by 8 to start the program by 8:30, yeah?
Yes.
So I'm sure 9 o'clock won't be a big problem, yeah?
And we'll be at home, I guess.
Yeah.
No
So
problem.
let's say from 9, and then 11 o'clock we have a break. So tell them to keep a hot drink, warm drink near them, near the table where they're listening to this. Like how I drink, they also can drink throughout the session. And we take a break from 11 to 12:30.
Okay.
To eat, wash, rest, and then we start. 12:30.
Okay.
And we can watch a documentary. Please let me know if you could download that, What the Bleep Do I Know?
Okay.
We can watch that, or I can find another documentary. And then we can have question and answers. I think the time will be gone by then.
Would you also like one of the participants, if they would like to also organize something to speak about as well, or do you think we'll be fine for time?
I think I'll be fine, but if someone wants, I would like to hear their experiences. You know, now I have been teaching a lot of things, how to do practically. I would really like to hear from someone if they can be ready. So when we have time, they can discuss about that, how they had that and how they overcome that problem and how they're practicing now and how they're feeling the benefit or whatever, because it can really help others, motivate others, no?
Okay.
Waking up early in the morning, disciplining, keeping the 5 precepts, meditating.
Okay.
so it can be inspiring for others. Yep, that's a good idea. So you tell them to be ready so they all can talk.
Okay.
What else? I think that's full, right? That's a full day. Yep.
Until 4 o'clock or?
Yeah, always it goes until 4:30, right? Or 5. So we say 4. Because I have another session at 6. Saturday is my day, like until 11 o'clock, I'm fully engaged.
Okay.
Yeah, so let's say 4, but I'm sure it'll go to 4:35 if they want to.
Sounds good.
So can I confirm that this is next Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
So we call it the Paramita Vesak Youth Vesak program. Is that a good heading?
Yes. I just need to write it down. Okay.
Paramita Buddhist Center, or what's the name of the actual organization? How do they?
Paramita Buddhist Vihara or Buddhist Temple, I think.
Yeah, okay. Buddhist Vihara. So you can let Bante Punyaratana Hamdru as well before he flies tonight.
Okay.
You've got a Vesak program arranged. Okay, Putta, if there's nothing else, is there any other question? Anyone else want to ask any question? Last chance. Any questions? No? From the third one, I will end, okay? Any question? No? Okay. We bring this to an end. Okay, let's share the merits. So whatever the merits that we have generated today, may they benefit all beings. May the devas, the angels, the divine beings share these merits, and may they find happiness, and may they be able to experience that happiness for a long period of time. And one fine day when they when they wish to attain Nibbana, may they benefit from these merits, and may they attain Nibbana as and when they wish to attain Nibbana. Also, let's think of all the monks, nuns, the dayakas, the devotees, and all of your friends, the relatives who are no longer with us, but who have helped us to be in this position. So let's share the merits with them. May they be able to share these merits, partake in these merits. May these merits benefit them to find a good birth if they are in need of one. And if they are in a good birth, may they be able to rejoice in these merits, and may these merits bring them peace of mind and happiness wherever they are. And may these merits bring causes and conditions for them also to attain Nibbana as soon as possible. Also, let's share these merits with all beings. May all beings benefit from these merits, and may they also be able to attain Nibbana from the quickest, the soon, the better. So may they all be able to attain Nibbana from the soonest time possible. Also, I would like to share the merits with the Paramita Buddhist temple. First, I would pay my humble respect to Bante Punyaratanatero for inviting me to conduct these sessions, and then to Bante Devarakita Tero for pioneering building this temple. And also I would like to humbly share these merits with all of you, with all of your parents, with all of the dayakas, the devotees, the committee members, the volunteers, and also with all of your teachers, parents, friends, relatives. May all of them benefit from these merits. May all of you find good health, long life, and whatever you do, may you all find success, especially your all the good aspirations. May they come true. May you find strength and courage to keep the 5 precepts and adjust your behaviors in accordance, and be a good person, and help to make this place a better place. May you have the strength and courage to do that. And also may all these merits bring causes and conditions for you all to free yourselves from all the physical and mental stress, and free yourselves from all kinds of suffering, and to attain Nibbana as soon as possible. May you all be well, comfortable, peaceful, and happy. Sukhi Hotu.
Thank you, Meaning Answer.
Welcome.
Thank you, Mehninath.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Okay, welcome.
Thank you.
Sukhi Hotu. May you be well and happy. Okay, may you all be well and happy. Have a good evening.